And right now at noon, breaking news out of Danville, Kentucky. A report of 3 people killed in a downtown pawn shop. Center College that you see here and several other schools now on lockdown. We're going to talk with a student from Louisville who is on that campus in a classroom now on lockdown. A police officer shot and killed early this morning. It happened when he forced his way into an apartment after a woman screamed for help in Indianapolis. And a stormy night ahead, Bend Pine tracking what's coming our way and if you'll have to change any plans you have for later today. But we begin with that breaking news. As we said, Center College in Danville, Kentucky, as well as Boyle County and Danville schools now on lockdown after 3 people reportedly killed at a pawn shop in downtown Danville at 4th Street. Here's what we know. 3 people killed at that pawn shop. We know at least one of them a customer. The name of the pawn shop, ABC Gold Games, and more. That's the name of the shop. It's at the intersection of South 4th Street and Fackler. Classes have been canceled until further notice. Students are being told to get to secure buildings and stay where they are. This, by the way, we want to let you know is Parents Weekend at Center College. Many of those activities kicking off today. It is a busy time. These pictures coming to us courtesy of the Advocate Messenger. You can see police dogs there. You saw that front window of the pawn shop was smashed in. And again, this is very close playing out. If you've ever been to Danville, it's a small community there, a small college town, and this not too far from the school. That's why so many places there now on lockdown. Here's what police are telling us about the potential suspect. They say he is a white male, about 20 years old, with a black hoodie, riding a bike, and has a scruffy beard. Once again, Center is on lockdown as well as other schools. We're going to talk right now to Alex Anthony. He is a junior there at Center. He's a graduate locally here of DuPont Manual High School. And Alex, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I am.
Thank you so much for talking with us. I know your mom, so I called her and she was very concerned, but you said right now things are pretty calm at this school. Where are you exactly?
I'm in the Olin building, which is the math facility at Center College.
And what were you doing when you found out about the lockdown, and how were you notified?
I had just walked into Olin, and I was heading to class when I was notified that the lockdown happened, and classes were canceled immediately. So we went to our professor's office and just kind of did a impromptu class.
And so you've actually been carrying on business as usual?
Pretty much. A lot of students are in here doing homework or, like, talking with their professors, kind of just trying to get a little bit of work done.
And you said you have been told not to get near any windows or anything like that. You've been told to stay away from those?
Yeah, we are in the hallways without windows, and all the blinds have been shut to try to give off the vibe that nobody's really here right now.
And what is the mood there? Are people concerned, nervous?
I think about an hour ago when the lockdown first occurred, people were pretty frantic, and it was a little bit nerve-wracking, but it's calmed down now, and people are just kind of going on with their daily routines. And
we hear that they are looking for a suspect. Give us a feel for Danville. We know it is a small community there. Are you familiar with this pawn shop or how close it might be to campus?
Yes, I actually drive past it all the time. There's a couple of athletic fields right next to that area. There's a softball field and a newly renovated lacrosse field right by the street where that's on, so it's within less than, it's running distance. It's very close.
And as I said, I've been there many times for lacrosse tournaments. It is a small community there. This is not the normal thing that seems to happen in a place like Danville, Kentucky. Are students surprised, the ones that you have talked to, that you're talking about a triple murder in this tiny town?
Yeah, people are actually really surprised about it. It kind of comes out of the blue, seeing as not many of these kinds of sort of events happen a lot.
Absolutely. Well, listen, thank you for talking with us, Alex. We do appreciate it. And stay safe. And again, we will let people know when the all clear. But you've been in there for about how long now? When did the lockdown actually start?
It started right around 10:10, 10:20-ish.
So you're going on about 2 hours.
So I've been in here for about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, yeah.
All right, Alex, thank you so much. Really do appreciate your talking with us. And we want to let you know as well, these are file pictures that you're seeing here, but we do have Sky 11 on its way with the reporter, and we will be bringing you more of that as well. And we want to let you know, Danville, we're showing you this picture because you may remember Center College hosted the vice presidential debate just last year. This is video of our coverage from Danville last October. The scene, of course, very different today. And again, WHAS11's Maggie Rupert is heading to Danville and will join us live from Danville on our evening newscast and later in this newscast when Sky 11 gets there. Just to let you know, again, lockdown for Center College and many of those other city schools in Danville after that triple murder and a suspect on the loose. Just obviously plenty of precaution going on by police in Danville, Kentucky. We will continue to follow that as well. All right, right now we want to get a check of Max HD radar. And we continue to follow breaking news out of Danville, Kentucky. A triple murder there at a pawn shop downtown has led to many schools being on lockdown in that area because a suspect had been on the loose. That includes Center College that had been on lockdown. We've got a student with us on the phone right now, Olivia Alford, who went to Kentucky Country Day, KCD here in Louisville. She is a freshman there. And Olivia, we were getting preliminary reports that the lockdown may be over. What can you tell us right now?
That is true. The Department of Public Safety here on campus sends out mass alerts, and via that system, they have told us that the lockdown is now over.
Does it say anything else? I'm going to put you on the spot just a bit. Did it say that the suspect has been captured, or does it just say the lockdown is over, you're free to go about your business?
Yeah, there were no further details other than the fact, that campus is safe and that we are good to go.
All right. And what can you tell us? Where were you, Olivia, when you found out about that lockdown, and how were you notified?
I was leaving my first class this morning when attempting, to head to my second class in a different building, and they told us that at this point we were not allowed to leave the building, and shortly after we received that mass notification that there had been some sort of homicide in downtown Danville near the pawn shop, and that was the reason. But that they were taking the lockdown very seriously and that we felt very secure the whole time.
You did. You said that. And you're a freshman there. And what is making this weekend so different, especially for Center College? It is Parents Weekend. Many activities kicked off today with many parents coming in town. You said your parents are coming tomorrow. This is not something that happens in Danville, Kentucky. It's not known for crime there, is it at all?
No, certainly not. It is a bit strange and on a unique weekend, as you said, but the mass notification that they also sent out was, if your parents are on campus, ensure that they are in a safe location and that you have them accounted for.
All right. Thank you so much, Olivia. We're glad that you're okay. And again, we're working on those details now to find out if this means that the suspect has indeed been captured. We can tell you, though, that Center College right there. Now the all clear has been given. The lockdown is over after this triple murder at this pawn shop that you see there that is on South 4th Street, just blocks from campus. That's why many of those schools were on lockdown. The suspect was said to be riding a bike, described it as a man in his 20s, a white male wearing a black hoodie with a scruffy beard. We are working in our newsroom right now to find out if indeed the suspect has been captured. But again, the lockdown is now over, and we will continue to follow this story throughout our newscast.
At 42 in the Snyder in Prospect. Rachel?
All right, Ben, thank you so much. And again, we continue to follow that breaking news. That lockdown at Center College has now been lifted. Our Sky 11 just arriving on the scene in Danville, Kentucky. These are live pictures from the pawn shop that started it all. A triple homicide there. At least one customer and one employee among the dead there. And again, because the suspect had been on the loose, it led to a lockdown at Center College, just blocks from this area, as well as other city schools. Center College now tweeting that the lockdown is over. Also, they say they thank the law enforcement for swift action dealing with this community incident and that their hearts go out to everyone affected by this tragedy. But students are safe, and we will have the latest as police continue to look for that suspect. They may have indeed been arrested, and we are tracking that information down. We'll be right back. And again, we continue to follow that breaking news out of Danville, Kentucky. You're looking at a pawn shop here. It is the ABC Gold Games and More pawn shop on South 4th Street in downtown Danville, Kentucky, the site of a triple homicide earlier this morning. And as you know, that small community rarely sees crime. Now they had a triple homicide. A suspect had been on the loose, leading to a lockdown of Center College right there, just blocks away, as well as city schools. That lockdown has now been lifted, and we're told that classes are going to resume probably in the next hour or so at Center College. It is Parents' Weekend there. Many parents were among those involved in the lockdown there. And again, the suspect had been seen leaving the scene here, just blocks from Center College's campus, on a bicycle. We are working to confirm if that suspect has indeed been arrested, but we can confirm the lockdown is now lifted. Our Sky 11 over the scene, and we are working to get the latest information on that situation. Again, the investigation, a murder investigation, a triple homicide. Right now, we're going to turn it over to Ben Pine, because one thing we are also doing is tracking a lot of rain. And again, we have some new information we want to give you out of Danville, Kentucky, where that lockdown has been lifted at Center College. We have confirmed with police no arrest yet in this triple homicide, but police telling us there are so many police canvassing that area. They feel it is safe for classes to resume at Center College coming up within the next hour. That suspect apparently using a bike as his getaway. And again, he has not been arrested, but police feeling there's such a presence in that area that classes will resume now at Center College within the hour. And again, we have been following that breaking news out of Danville, Kentucky. A triple homicide at a pawn shop there led to a lockdown earlier today at Center College. That triple homicide taking place just blocks away from Center College, and police decided to go ahead and have a lockdown there as they were searching for that suspect. The search for the suspect continues, but apparently there's such a police presence in that area. The lockdown has now been lifted at Center College. And with me on the phone right now is Michael Streisig. And thank you so much for joining us. First of all, what is your title there at this school, just so we have that, sir?
I'm the communications director at Center College.
And we do know that that lockdown was lifted just within about the past half hour or so. What can you tell us about how things are proceeding now for students at the college?
Well, the lockdown was lifted at approximately 12 noon, and we were trying to get back to just a normal day. Students are over at our campus center having lunch. We'll begin classes again at 1:50 p.m. This is also family weekend, so as a part of our constant communication with the campus community about this emergency situation, we've also been in touch with parents, alerting them to what's been going on. Interestingly, we conducted an emergency drill on April 9th, and we decided to do an active shooter drill at that time. We spent weeks preparing for that emergency drill, working with local law enforcement, the local hospital, etc. It was a very helpful experience for us to go through. We hoped that we would never have to deal with a real event, but when this happened this morning and we got information from Danville Police, we felt a little bit more confident going into it. But safety is a top priority here at Center College, and we feel that we were able to get through this in a real positive manner.
Can you tell us a little bit about the fact, from what we understand from police, the suspect is still on the loose, but you all feel confident enough with police presence in that area? Is that why that decision was made? If you could explain that just a bit.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately, I can't comment on that. We simply received a call from Danville Police just prior to 12 noon that said we were safe to lift the lockdown. We were not provided with any additional details, so I'm not able to comment on any ongoing investigation.
What can you tell us about parents who are coming into town? Some are already there, some might be coming later today. As you said, it is family weekend, which is a huge weekend for you all. Are you telling parents and families who might be leaving our area, in particular the Louisville area, to come on?
Oh, definitely. You know, we put the lockdown into effect at 10:15 a.m. We have an emergency alert system that can reach our complete campus community. We've also been using social media and, of course, working with media across the Commonwealth to get the story out as well. But we've been giving constant updates to our campus community and parents as well We've had some nice response from them. They've been grateful for the updates. But as far as we can tell, they feel confident and will be heading to campus for what we imagine to be a very wonderful weekend.
And just to put this in perspective, this is very unusual for that small college town.
I think so. When we conducted this emergency drill in April, we talked about a couple different situations to deal with, and we, as I said, decided to do an active shooter drill. And I think in a way we kind of thought to ourselves, well, something like this would never happen in Danville. Of course, the world's just become a different kind of place, and we thought that it was really to our best advantage to prepare for what could be a very dire situation.
Absolutely. I think it just shows us no small community is immune from violence. That is for sure. If you had to rate the system overall today on how you all think you did with communication, what grade would you give yourself?
Well, that's a good question. I wouldn't want to pat ourselves on the back too much, but I think the emergency drill we went through in April probably gave us a 9 out of 10. I think that we were able to respond to this immediately in a very thorough manner. I'm hoping as our president reviews it, he might say that it was a 10 as well. But, we always learn from these experiences, and we will spend time doing a debrief after this is over to make sure that we're doing everything we can. Safety is a top priority here, and we want to make sure that we're as best prepared as possible.
The two students we talked with from Kentucky, Anna, said they got the information very quickly and everything was very orderly. Michael, thank you so much for joining us on the phone. Michael Streisek with communications there at Center College. And again, the suspect still on the loose. The lockdown has been lifted at Center College and classes will resume within about an hour. We'll be right back. And again, that breaking news, we are getting ready for classes to resume at Center College in Danville, Kentucky. This following a lockdown at that school all morning long after a triple homicide at a nearby pawn shop. The search for the suspect is still on, but a big police presence there. Classes resuming, just to let you know, within the next half hour. Final check?
Yeah, we are going to see the rain chances increasing through the afternoon, but really late tonight is when that heavy rain arrives. If you hear the thunder, just head inside, but severe weather is not likely for us. Muggy today, but then refreshing air rise this weekend. You're going to want to see Monty's forecast today at 4. He'll be tracking some of those storms.